스피드 리딩, 구급영어 20년 기출문제, 독해 1번에서 10번.
Although industrial countries have made great advances in healthcare, today their healthcare systems are experiencing some serious problems. By far the most urgent of these problems is financial. Medical costs are rising faster than prices in most other areas of the economy. In the United States, for example, nearly $2 billion is spent every day for healthcare, and this amount is increasing at an annual rate of 12%. As a result of these increasing costs, access to good healthcare is being reduced rather than expanded. Suddenly finding yourself in a strange country can be rather frightening. You lose all of the props that generally support you, and all of the familiar cues that provide information about what to do. Without familiar props and cues to orient you in unfamiliar situations, it becomes difficult to cope with life in a new setting. Everything can seem different. You don't even know how much to tip a cab driver or a waiter in a restaurant. In this situation, you can lose a sense of logic, developing irrational fear of the local people. People who are happy don't get everything they want, but they want most of what they can get. In other words, they rig the game in their favor by choosing to value things that are within their grasp. People who find themselves dissatisfied in life often set unreachable goals for themselves, setting themselves up to fail. Yet people who set high goals for themselves and try to reach them are no happier than people who set and reach more modest goals. Stay within reality and strive to make things better. In the field of intercultural communication, I learned that the position of the bodies of people in conversation varies with the culture. It used to puzzle me that a special friend seemed unable to walk and talk at the same time. After years in the US, he could not bring himself to stroll along, facing forward while talking. Our progress would be arrested while he edged ahead, cutting slightly in front of me and turning sideways so we could see each other. Once in this position, he would stop. His behavior was explained when I learned that for the Arabs to view the other person peripherally is regarded as impolite. According to some experts, we are leaving our children and grandchildren a frightening inheritance, an increased accumulation of so-called greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and the potentially disastrous climate changes that this increase may bring about. However, the scientific community is not speaking with one voice. Other scientists claim that the evidence for global warming is inconclusive and argue that predictions based on it are questionable. The scientific debate has been intense. It has also fueled a political controversy about what measures, if any, should be taken to address the possible problem of climate changes. They say best men are molded out of faults, wrote Shakespeare in Measure for Measure, and, for the most, become much more the better for being a little bad. Thus, each goof-up can be seen as a prime opportunity for self-improvement. Indeed, the bigger the blooper, the better its chance of helping you become a better person, if you know how to make amends. Among the many physical risks facing astronauts sent to the Moon or Mars, the biggest danger will be the least visible: radiation. This is nuclear particles that arrive at almost light speed from beyond the solar system. The particles slice through strands of DNA, boosting the risk of cancer and other ailments. A 2001 NASA study found that at least 39 former astronauts suffered cataracts after flying in space, 36 of whom took part in high-radiation missions such as the Apollo landings. Humans have always been fascinated by dreams. The vivid dreams people remember and talk about are Rem dreams, the type that occurs almost continuously during periods of rapid eye movement, REM, during sleep. But people also have NREM dreams, dreams that occur during periods without rapid eye movement, although they are typically less frequent and less memorable than REM dreams. REM dreams have a story-like or dream-like quality and are more visual, vivid, and emotional than NREM dreams. Interestingly, blind people who lose their sight before age 5 usually do not have visual dreams, but they have vivid dreams involving the other senses. A popular belief about dreams is that an entire dream takes place in an instant, but in fact, it is not true. Sleep researchers have discovered that it takes about as long to dream a dream as it would to experience the same thing in real life. Everyone worries at one time or another. It is a part of our everyday lives. We worry about deadlines, about financial problems, and about our relationships with others. Surprisingly, the fact is that worrying is not always a bad thing. Some amount of worry is necessary because it gives us time to concentrate on a problem and find possible solutions or ways to deal with it. Some worry is stimulating. It can propel you to do better work or to complete work on time. In other cases, however, our worries can interfere with our problem-solving abilities. We worry so much that it stops us from taking the steps needed to solve the problem. If it continues, worrying can take away our energy and lead to physical problems such as fatigue, headaches, muscle pain, and insomnia. Icelanders are individualists like Americans. The difference seems to be in a sense of community. Iceland, known as the land of fire and ice, is about living with opposing forces. It is one of the most active volcanic countries on Earth, but had 4,536 square miles of glacier, heat and cold coexisting. No surprise then that its society can reconcile another set of opposing forces, individualism and the needs of the community.